Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Coco Cabana. I am here to go ahead and break out our first paycheck for June. Guys, can you believe that it is June? I just cannot get over it. I cannot get over it. Let's go ahead and write down we are doing June. Guys, it is the beginning of the week. What are you guys up to? How was your weekend? What did you guys do this weekend? Let me know. Let's see. We're going to first get paid on 6/4. So 6/4 payroll. 1869 is what we're expecting. And then we're changing it up. In my last video, I mentioned because of back to school coming so fast, instead of putting the 100 per check in my emergency, right now I'm trying to put the 100 into the back to school. So I'm going to change that up. And we are doing, I don't have, let's see here. I don't know if this one works very well. We're going to do back to school. We're going to do 100. And then she is getting 20. So back to school is going to get 100 and Nova's going to get 20. So what is that? 1869 minus 100 minus 20. That's 1749 is what we should have left to work with to pay our bills. So the first bill right on top all the time is our black Jeep. And that is $344.72. All right. And then we don't need to pay our subscriptions because I saved those in my last, in May, I saved those. After we had paid for our subscriptions in May, I went ahead and saved for another set of subscriptions for June. So that way I didn't have to worry about it. So all this money for my Apple Card and Roblox is sitting in the account. We don't have to worry about paying those. We're going to pay We Energies. And this is my heat and or gas and electric. Let's see. So this is due 6/10, 6/4. I put the dates here, but as soon as I get paid, I go ahead and pay everything. I don't wait. So 179.98 is what we need for We Energies. And then the big doozy card here, 194.70. Okay. And that's probably going to go up more. Okay, so we have everything that we're taking care of now for this check. We are also paying groceries, 200. So let's get that in there. And we have gas. I think I did 40. Yep, gas is 40. So 240 for this check. Now these expenses, let's add them up. These are our fixed expenses, the things that we have to pay. We have no choice. 344.72, 179. So, 344.72 plus 179.98, 194.70, 719.40. So that's what it totals up to be, these bills here. So let's take 1749 minus 719.40. So that should leave us with $1,029.60. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to subtract our gas and groceries, $789.60. Okay, so now let's go back. Oops. What I want to make sure is, what do I want to pay here? All right, so let's total these up so I can see per check what it is. So 344.72, 466.87. $19.78. So in this, $719.40. This is total. So this is total. All right, let's see. What did I get? Did I get what, $719.40? Okay. So because we're doing a monthly budget here, we have to make sure that we split out. I can't sit with $789.60 remaining, because this half of my budget is gonna be over what we will have, if that makes sense. It's going to be over what I have, $18.69, and this is $19.78. Plus we need gas and groceries, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this remaining $789.60, 79.60, and what I've been doing, let's go ahead and erase this. What I've been doing to kind of offset this is, I know my upgrade loan is a big chunk, so I can go ahead and pay my upgrade loan right away if I want to do it that way. I think that's the smart one, is to pay the highest one. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Upgrade is $554.44. Okay, and that's actually due 6/18, but this is so we can get ahead on our bills. So let's see what that leaves us with. So 344.72, 179.98, 194.70, 554.44. That's 1273, 1273.84. So that would leave us with, let's take 1749 and minus this 1273.84 to see what we have left. That leaves us with 475.16 minus our groceries. Whoops. 1749 minus 1273.84. 475.16 minus 240, 235.16. So we still have 235.16. So what is close to 235.16? Probably, let's see, 235. We could do Spectrum, that's 138. All right, and this is what I do when I'm going through and trying to figure out how to break it out. So let's go ahead and put Spectrum on here. That'll be 138. And this is how I balance it out to make sure everything that we budgeted for the month is paid between these two checks. So 138 we're going to take off. Let's see what that gives us. 344.72, 179.98, 194.70, 554.44, 138, 1411.84 minus 240. What? Jeez. Hang on. 344.72, 179.98, 194.70, 554.44, 138, 1411.84, 1411.84 minus 1749, 337.16, and then minus 240, 337.16 minus 240. That leaves us with 97.16. All right. Now, I think what I'm going to do here is where I'm going to start breaking out those funds that I wanted to pay. So let's see. We are doing since I started Father's Day with this green, I'm going to go ahead and put everything in green that I'm paying for my first check. So I'm going to pay that. We got upgrade and spectrum. That's what I'm paying for my first check. This. And then here we are with our first check. All right. So the sinking fund, we have 97.16 left. So I think what we're going to do is do our Father's Day for 50. So that way I have enough for his hat. 4th of July. We're going to do 45. All right. So 97.16, 95. 97.16 minus 95. That leaves us with 216. So we'll do littles $2. So I'm going to change this to $2, and then I'm going to do littles $1. That way it evens out to that $3. So for my first check, we're doing Father's Day, and we're going to do 4th of July, and we're doing the littles. Okay, so our very last check, we should have enough to cover the 2 Jeeps, our cell phones, Barclays, gas and groceries, month ahead, and month ahead. So repaying our month ahead phone and then finishing our month ahead internet. And that should be everything. So this is 95.67. Let's see if we did it, guys. Let's see. So our income total is going to be 1869, and that is because we did no overtime. Our expenses 2, 3, and 4. So 2, 3, and 4 is our expenses. So that's 1411 plus 240, 1651.84. And then nothing for debt this time. And that's because we're already paying our debt at the end of the month, fast tracking it. So sometimes I've tried to throw a little extra, but because we have these events and back to school and all these things going on, I didn't do it this time, and I already needed to repay one of my month ahead categories, so that was more important to me this time. We're already giving our debt extra money. Okay, so then our sinking funds is $97. And nothing additional for savings and investments, because that would be extra savings outside of what we're doing here. And technically this is more for, like I said, back to school and her savings. So this I'm going to put 0, and we're doing 0 here. All right, so let's add this up. 1869 minus 1651.84 minus 97, and something's not right. Let's see. 1411.84 plus 240 is 1651. So 1749. We're gonna have, and we're gonna do 1411.84, 240, 1651, 84. Okay. 1749 minus 1651, 84, 97.16. That was right. So 1651.84. Oh, because I did 1869. So really, I did my full check, not minus these savings that we're doing right off the top. We're actually, this is what we're budgeting with, is 1749. That's where I messed up. So 1749, 1651 is our expenses. So that's minus back to school, minus Nova, minus our bills, minus our gas and groceries, 1651.84. And then we're going to subtract our sinking funds, 97. And that's going to leave us with 16 cents. So we are on target, guys. A zero-based budget. And this is for our first payday here for June. All right, guys. So that little setback, going to that graduation party set us back a little bit, because we're going to repay that with our next check. But maybe I'll be able to get some overtime that week, so we can sink a little bit more, because we got a lot going on here. July is going to be a big plan for me, definitely. So we'll see. We can go ahead actually and highlight our next set of bills with the color that we're expecting to use, so we know what we need to pay. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to just do it in this. Oh, no, but get the Barclays down here. Let's see. I don't know which one I used for that. I think it was this tealish color. Yeah. So payroll 2 is going to be here. And we will need to pay the Black Jeep, Ice Cube, and our cell phone in Barclays. And then we'll do gas and groceries. And then we will do our month ahead internet and our phone. And oops, what else? Because I think we did $2 for them, right? Yeah, we did 2. So we'll still need to do this $1 one. So paycheck 1, paycheck 2. And everything's covered. So when you have a little extra money left over from your first check, you really need to, because we're planning out for the month, you need to continue paying bills until you get down to that 0 mark. We should have, by the end of the month, we should have 57 cents, I believe, remaining. And right here, we went ahead and added extra bills. So we added this bill, we added this bill to bring our bill payment higher. And then we added in our sinking funds that we needed to get this down to under $1. And then we'll go ahead and do that with our second check here, paying these ones in teal. And then we'll finish with our remaining sinking funds on our second check. So we'll see if it brings us all the way down here to 57 cents at the end of the month. Our second check, if we have a remaining of 16, next check we should have a remaining of 41 if we don't do any overtime. So, and we'll have 200 into our back to school savings. Thank goodness, because I was trying to figure out how the heck we would do that. So that is exciting. So we will get that taken care of and stuffed. And then our second check, we will get our month ahead repaid and finish off our internet and then figure out what we're going to save for in July. So, all right, guys, I will be back with you to stuff our wallet this week and then also set aside our sinking funds that we're saving for. Actually, this one is going to be electronic, so we'll keep this in the bank. I'll probably also keep this one in the bank for Hub. When is Father's Day? Let's see. I think that's in our first pay period. Yeah, it is in our first pay period. It's right here. So we did those in green. So yeah, Father's Day. So when I'm talking about what color are we doing, the bills we're paying are the ones within the pay periods. So our first check, we are paying our black Jeep, this Farm and Fleet, We Energies, Father's Day. And then we decided we would pay Upgrade and Spectrum because we need to pay as far out as we can until we get down to no money left over, because that's how this monthly plan works. You get to get down to nothing. So you just keep paying bills. All right, guys, super excited to go ahead with this plan. I do need to sit down and start thinking about August and all the things that we need to do. My renewal will come out for insurance. I got to look back and see. I remember earlier in the year when we were getting ready to do the 6-month insurance policy, I did have to pay some extra funds that I was not expecting. So I do want to go back, review those, and try to make a plan, because like I said, August, my renewal will come out. So for July, there's a lot of things going on, and I want to make sure that I'm using my money to the best of my ability. All right, guys, let me know what you think of June. Hopefully I can get some overtime. I would like to have a little extra money, fun money, because it is summer. Or it will be summer, and I would like to have a little extra money to do some stuff. You don't need a lot. But if I want to take the kids somewhere, it would be nice to have. So let me know what your plans are. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.